Tonight, we're going to talk about something that most of us feel but almost never look at as a business opportunity, and that's loneliness. See, there's an entire economy, a massive one, being built on our growing disconnection from each other. So we're going to look at the blueprints for the companies that are set to win the next decade, not by exploiting loneliness, but by actually solving it.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we need to understand the scale of the problem. We're calling it the friendship recession. Then we'll get into how loneliness is currently being monetized and why it's not working. After that, we'll walk through 3 really powerful business models: the anti-Nextdoor, gamer housing, and the membership cafe. And finally, we'll zoom out and look at what this all means for the future of connection. Let's get into it.
All right, so just how bad is this problem really? Let's actually put some numbers on this crisis. And they're pretty shocking, to be honest.
In a city like Tokyo, you can now rent a person for $50 an hour.
Wow. Think about that for a second. That's the price of a nice dinner or a concert ticket, and people are paying that money just for the simple act of having someone sit with them. This isn't some tiny fringe service. This is a massive signal of a deep and deeply unmet human need.
And here's the data that shows why that need is so profound. Back in the 90s, the average American spent about 6.5 hours a week with their friends. Pretty healthy. Today, that number has completely collapsed to less than 3 hours.
Let that sink in. We have lost more than half of our social life. This isn't just a small dip. It's a fundamental breakdown in how we connect with each other.
So the system is clearly broken. And wherever there's a broken system, there's usually a business opportunity. The issue is the current market isn't designed to fix the problem. It's actually designed to profit from it.
We've all got these apps on our phones, right? All promising connection. So why does so many of us feel more disconnected than ever? Well, it comes down to a really weird paradox that's built right into their business models.
This is what we call the dating app paradox. Think about it. If a dating app actually works perfectly for you, you delete it. So every time they create a successful relationship, they lose 2 paying customers. Their business model literally profits from you staying on the app, swiping, hoping. They're monetizing your loneliness, not solving it. And that's why this broken system is now worth over $50 billion. It's a huge industry built on selling the hope of connection, not the real thing. So the system is broken. But where there's a broken system, there's a massive business opportunity. Let's look at 3 ways to actually fix this.
Okay, let's start with solution number 1. This is the digital approach. We're calling it the anti-Nextdoor.
So on one side, you have apps like Nextdoor, which, let's be honest, are mostly filled with ads, complaints about neighbors, and political arguments. The real opportunity is on the other side, a platform built for one thing, and one thing only: connecting neighbors around actual shared activities.
And the business model here is beautifully simple. It's totally hyperlocal. The revenue is super straightforward. You charge maybe $5 a month, or you just take a small cut of any event tickets. It's simple, right? No politics, just who wants to play tennis on Saturday? The entire goal is getting people offline and together. Okay, so that's the digital solution. But what if you prefer something in the physical world, like real estate? Well, that brings us to
Solution number 2, gamer housing. And this model understands that the future of real estate isn't just about providing shelter, it's about building a community.
Remember a few years ago, those big co-living companies that tried to be everything to everyone? Well, most of them collapsed. And the reason is they were basically just selling small, expensive dorm rooms to a bunch of random strangers. The real insight here is that the future of this is niche. People don't want to live with just anybody. They want to live with their people. So think co-living for gamers, for artists, for rock climbers.
And investors are really starting to love this. A standard rental property might get you a return of, say, 3 to 5%. But with niche co-living, because you can fit more people into a single property, they are seeing returns jump from that 6% range all the way up to 15%. The economics are just undeniable. So that covers housing. Now let's talk about the third place.
And this is solution number 3, the membership cafe. Now, this one might be the most important of all, because it's about rebuilding a critical piece of social infrastructure that we've kind of dismantled over the past couple of decades.
There's this idea in sociology called the third place. Your first place is your home. Your second place is work. The third place is everything else. The cafes, the bars, the parks, the libraries. They're the spaces where spontaneous, unplanned community life happens. And the slow disappearance of these places is a root cause of this whole crisis.
So the opportunity is to build a new kind of third place, but with a much more resilient business model. Yeah, it's a cafe that sells coffee, but it's also a co-working space. It hosts events at night. It runs workshops on the weekend. But here's the key. It's a subscription. You pay a monthly fee to belong. That guarantees revenue for the business even if you don't buy a coffee that day. It creates a stable financial hub for a real community.
And this quote from a 22-year-old in Australia, it just says everything. The simple cost of just sitting down somewhere to talk to a friend has become a real barrier. So a business model that removes that financial pressure, well, it unlocks a massive and frankly a pretty desperate market.
So, let's bring all this together. What's the big idea here? What's the main takeaway? These aren't just clever startup ideas. These are blueprints for the future of how we live. The Anti-Nextdoor app, niche co-living, the membership cafe. Fundamentally, they're all about rebuilding the physical and local infrastructure of human connection that we've let fall apart.
And that's the crucial point. The next wave of billion-dollar companies won't be about finding clever new ways to keep us staring at our screens. They'll be about solving the messy, real-world logistics of simply getting people into the same room, together. The only question left is, who's going to build them?
If you want to spot these billion-dollar gaps before they become headlines, hit subscribe on World of AI Ideas. We will see you in the next deep dive.